Hello. So this is going to be a different kind of video. This is not necessarily a review, and it's not necessarily a favorites video. It's hard to categorize because I have an issue. So let me just start by saying, well, first of all, this is about the Beauty Blender. You guys all know what that is. Little pink sponge, supposed to be amazing for your makeup. So I got my first Beauty Blender back in January, and I was so excited to use it and try it out because I've heard such amazing things. And I have tried kind of knockoff Beauty Blenders, just like generic sponges, and I think they worked well, but I didn't know if they were just as good as the Beauty Blender because I had never tried it for myself. So I was so excited to use it. So I looked up online how to use it, and you know, you're supposed to completely wet it under water first and then squeeze out the excess water and then use it with your makeup. And I have to say, it is a dream for blending out your liquid foundation, your liquid or cream concealers. It looks amazing on your skin. It really does. Seriously, the makeup, the skin looked flawless. So I can see why it's so hyped up and why people love it and think it's amazing, because it is, and it really does work. That's not my issue with it. So my issue is my Beauty Blender is completely ruined and there's no saving it. I cannot use it again. I will have to buy a completely new one because it is covered in mold. This is my Beauty Blender. All of those black and green spots, that's mold. Here's how it happened. So I had been using it for weeks, no problem, it was great. But then, I guess maybe like 3 weeks later or something, I don't remember the exact amount of time that went by before I started seeing some little black spots, little dots showing up on the sponge. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought, oh, maybe it's just some makeup, or maybe I accidentally got some dark eyeshadow on it. I don't know. I didn't think that it was anything other than just some makeup that was trapped in there that I was having trouble getting out when I would clean it. So I would go to clean it over the sink. I would use the Beauty Blender cleanser that it came with. I got a little bottle of it. And I would try to kind of rub and massage out those black spots that I was seeing because I thought it's just makeup. And I couldn't get it out. And I thought, okay, well, that's weird, but hey, I don't know, maybe it's just stained. So I genuinely didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just stained with some makeup or dirt or something. Didn't think it was a big deal. So then I noticed that the black spots kind of spread to other areas, or I found some more of them throughout the sponge, and I was thinking like, that's so weird, but I don't know, maybe this is just what happens with this sponge, because I'd never had one before and I wasn't sure. So I kept using it, and I will admit, user error on my part. Sometimes I would not wash it right after I used it, which I think is pretty much what you're supposed to do. Right after you're done using it, you should go to the sink and wash it out. But I didn't have time to always do that, so I would be, like, I'd be running out the door, you know? So I would hurry, do my makeup with it, and then I would have to leave to go to class, so I would just put it away and leave. And then sometimes I wouldn't clean it again till it was time to use it again, so maybe that was the next day. So like I would use it one morning and then I would leave it dirty until the next morning when it was time to do my makeup. I would wash it right before I would use it. So that's my mistake. I realized that. I'm pretty sure that is not the way you're supposed to do it. You should wash it right after you use it. I didn't do that. I didn't have time. Also, I was being lazy about it. And also, I didn't realize how much bacteria would grow in the time between washings. And that is what happened. I'm pretty sure, I mean, obviously that's what happened. There's mold on my Beauty Blender. So then I took the Beauty Blender to LA with me because I went in March. I went for a week in March. And I thought I'd use it. I didn't end up using it there. And I had it just in this plastic bag, sealed. So that's probably another mistake of mine. I probably should have had it in a container where it could have some air or something. because it was just kind of trapped up with the moisture in here that was still left in the sponge. So I didn't end up using it that whole time. So for a week, it was stuck in this bag. I didn't even really notice it or look at it. So when I got home from LA, I wanted to use it again, obviously, because I love it. So I opened up the bag that it was in and realized, oh no, this is completely molded and completely ruined because the black spots had grown, now there's some green. I mean, it's so obviously mold. And then at that point, I Googled it, which I should have done the first time I saw the black spots, but I didn't. But, so when I saw all this mold on it, I Googled it and I Googled like black spots on Beauty Blender, and so many people have had that happen to them too. And so I knew for sure it was mold and that I pretty much could not revive it. Like, I was gonna have to throw it away and just get a new one. So I don't know, this is kind of weird because I feel like my issue with it is that it molded so quickly, but then on the other hand, it's completely my fault that it molded, and I know this, I'm aware of this. So I can really only blame myself, but I guess I just wish that there was some kind of warning from Beauty Blender that like this can and will happen if you do not wash it after every single use. And maybe there is that information on the website or something, but I guess I just wish I would have gotten like a clearer warning about it, because if you do not wash it right after you use it every single time, you're going to ruin it. And honestly, we don't always have time for that. I mean, think about your other just regular makeup brushes. You don't wash them after every time they use them. You don't always have time to. You're rushing out the door. And so I feel like that is the downside of this product, is that it takes so much maintenance and immediate maintenance to keep it up and keep it clean, and so that you can still use it all the time. And yeah, so that's the bad thing about this. And it sucks because I really, really love this product and I believe in it so much. Like, it really, like I said, made my makeup and my face look so flawless. And I've just never had that kind of result with any other makeup brush or sponge. So I really do think that it's worth it. And I think these are about $20 by on their own. So I do think it's worth that $20. But my warning to you is that if you have one of these or you're thinking about buying one, you must rinse them, wash them with soap right away after you use them, or you will completely ruin it. It'll grow mold and bacteria and become unusable, and you'll have to throw it away. I'm gonna have to throw this away, but I kept it so that I could show it to you in this video. But I will buy another one because I believe in it that much, because I think it really does work. So yeah, this is kind of just like a warning, I guess, to everyone who wants to have a Beauty Blender or already has one. Don't make the same mistake I did. I shouldn't have done that. I should have known better, but it was my ignorance, and I should have looked up the black dot thing right when I saw it. But yeah, this is just a warning. Please don't make the same mistake I did, because if you do, you're going to completely be throwing away $20 and you'll have to buy a new one. I mean, if it's even worth it to you to buy a new one. I want to show you this up close. Hopefully you can see it's definitely like greenish yellow right here, but then the black little spots and patches throughout. Please be aware of this and be cautious if you have a Beauty Blender and you want to prolong the use of this, because if you don't wash it, it'll be completely ruined. So that is all you need to know about that. When I do get a brand new Beauty Blender that is clean, I'm going to keep it clean and make sure it stays clean and free of bacteria. And so once I do get a new one, if you guys want to see a review, like a proper review and demo of the Beauty Blender, I would love to do that for you. I wanted to do that with this one, but then it grew mold, so I couldn't. So if you do want to see that in the future, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, that is all for this video. I hope that you learned something new. I'm sure you did, and I really just hope that you can learn from my mistakes. That is the purpose of this video, just a warning for you guys. So yeah, that is all. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.